Hello students, this is Gokila from Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. In the previous class we have seen about the data types. Now we are going to see about the decision making statements in C programming. What is a decision? See, when we have a problem, we take two types of decision, either to go this side or that side. Likewise, C programming has three major decision statements like if else and switch statements. If is a one-way track that we have to choose the decision or not. That is if programming. When we go for if else, like you just hold your hands like two. When we have two hands, either go for left hand or right hand. Likewise, if has two options, either true or false. And if you go for else if, it does have a nested if, that is if inside if. That is a condition inside a condition is called as else if. That is also called as nested if else. When we go for switch statements, there will be multiple options. You can select any one decision. So these are some of the decision making statements in C programming. Decision making is that the number of options or the available options will make you to decide which options you can choose. So for doing the decision making statements, we have conditional statements to execute. See, condition statements are the things which have some conditions, a unit or block or options that make you to determine the which one statement you can choose. If the given condition is true, you can select the statement. Otherwise, you can go for the true statements. Otherwise, you can go for the false statement. If a choice is among A and B, either you have to choose A or B. If the choice is from A to Z, whichever is true, you can go for this. All these A to Z is called as conditions. If you have two conditions, either one will be the option. If you have many conditions, one among them will be the option. If condition. The syntax of if condition is if condition followed by a block of statement inside curly brackets. If the condition is true, the statement inside the curly braces will be executed. Otherwise, it will not be executed. So the condition will be an expression. For example, if A equal to 5. Inside a statement I can give printf hello world. If the statement A equal to 5 is true, hello world will be printed. Otherwise, it will not be printed. This is the flow chart that if we have a block of statement in the if, we can go for the next thing. The same example which I have seen in the previous video, the same thing we have continued. If the number is greater than, that is if the number divided by the modulus 2, the remainder is 0 means it is even. Otherwise, it is an end of the program. It will not go to the particular true block statement itself. It will skip off these three lines and will come to the end of the program. The get stands for the get character, that to get the characters from the user. If else. Now look at the flowchart diagram for if else. It has two conditions, either if or else. The if stands for true block statements, whereas else stands for false block statements. If you go for true block statement, that the specific conditions will be true in the true block statement. Otherwise, it will go without checking the condition, it will go for the false block statement, that is else. Okay, the else is a statement that different conditions can also be put inside else if the true block statements are false. This is nested if else statements, condition inside a condition. Now look at this very carefully, that if the condition 1 is true only, it checks condition true. If the condition 1 itself false, it either way go to statement number 3. If the condition 1 is true, it goes for condition number 2. If the condition 2 is true, it executes statement 1. Otherwise, it executes statement 2. Statement 2 will be executed in the case that condition 1 is true but condition 2 is false. If you go for statement number 3, it will be shown that if you go for statement number 3, it will be executed that if the condition 1 itself is a false, it will go for statement number 3. So this is about the nested if else statement. So this is a ladder. that is yes, else if ladder. If the condition 1 is true, statement 1 is executed. If the condition 1 is false, condition 2 is executed. If the condition 2 is false, condition number 3 is executed. If both all the conditions are false, it will go for the default statement. So this is a ladder that it is not nested one inside the other. It will be like a ladder that one is true, it will execute it. Otherwise, it goes for the next statement. So this is switch statement where more number of conditions are given. In that condition, one will be executed. So switch is a multi-way decision statement in which selects the several alternatives. Like if you go for a switch statement, it will replace a multiple if-else statement. A switch is also called as a multi-way decision statements that can be evaluated before an expression. So in the switch case, it will be given as case, the condition followed by the keyword called as case. So this is all about decision making statements. Thank you all.